Hello everybody, this is Max Farrow, and in this video I'm making here is what is the DEX SR Maxx, and basically it's the intro to the data. Let's get started. Okay, so 2 years of data. So after about 2 years of collecting data on the daily signals, we've been able to compile the data and use it for some pretty nice rewards. Once we established a signal base, we knew that the more parameters we could test, the better. So we started to apply certain indicators and strategies against the pre-existing data from the daily signals. Once we finally got to the right recipe, if you will, we immediately seen strong results. So why is it called the DEX SR Maxx? Well, let's see. DEX, of course, for DEX signals. SR for support and resistance. And Max, yeah, not for what you think. The Max stands for maximum. I know, right? The second X really does mean marks the spot. Now, what about news avoidance? We're always saying that we should avoid the news. Well, the SR Maxx signal itself already comes with a signal-based news avoidance system. And this is really important because we developed this news avoidance process to put on our NA intraday, which stands for news avoidance, but we're also applying it to the SR Maxx. So it avoids the major news packs that happen on investing.com and Forex Factory. Though on occasion it can get affected by large news runs, non-farm payrolls, and other big events, so for several hours afterwards. So you got to pay attention. But guess what? This strategy in this process also has an exit process that we'll show you as well. A scalp out system? Yes, that's right. The DEX SR Maxx has a scalp out system. It takes a lot to calculate the signal and pinpoint the right level for the strike, but it only takes one thing to show that it's about to go wrong. And this is one thing that we began to learn very quickly, was that we wanted to be able to do very high profitable trades, but we also wanted to be able to give you an opportunity to see when that trade's about to go wrong so you can lower your risk. That's right. This scalp out system, which shows you when it's going wrong, is the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence indicator, which comes loaded in every single MetaTrader 4 and comes standard on our website and our web-based charts as the default indicator. Pretty powerful. But this MACD will diverge against the signal direction. So if you have a sell, it'll cross over in a direction of a buy. It's telling you to get out. So it saves you about 2 bars of time to get out of the trade and usually saves you about 60% of your risk. So I say boo and a yah. Let's go have a look. Okay, so here we are over on DEX signals. And you can see we have the daily, intraday, NA, and then we have the SR Maxx. If you don't see this just yet, right click and hit reload frame. I'm just going to do that just real quick, make sure there's no other information in there. Usually it reloads itself. Here we go. Hit SR Maxx, and there we go. And you see these 3 trades. These are a 2-hour trade. So it works off the intraday process over on Nadex on the 2-hour block. It works on the 5 major pairs that we usually deal with that 2-hour block with. And it works very, very nicely. And as you can kind of see, these just came out at 11 o'clock and go to 1300, which is 1 o'clock. Now, when this goes bad, you'll get to see a crossover happen down below. Now, let me show you one here that happened just recently. And again, I don't want to get too much into this, and we'll show what happened. This British Gold Pound USD on the sell at 6 to 8 p.m. or 6 o'clock in the morning this morning had that exact thing happen. So I'll click that right there. Here's 6 to 8 in the morning right here. Here's where the signal came out right around here. And you can quickly see at 7 o'clock, right about 7 to 7:15 here, this little line happened. This blue line crossed the orange line, which is the actual over the average. And when it crossed in the up position, because it was a sell signal, it began to fail. Now, even though that it didn't lose here, it could have lost on Nadex if you got that exact price. And this was a major warning. Not all crossovers end in a failure, but it gives you enough warning to say, hey, look, if you didn't get a good price, if you got it right at that number, there's a great opportunity it's going to fail with this crossover happening in this last hour. We're very proud of this process because it's taken a lot of computing to get here. Okay? Now, for the most part, these signals should have money on them on the market price as soon as you get to Nadex. If we look over here on the Nadex system, I have to make sure I refresh. go to Forex binaries. And which ones were we on? Let's look at the Audi USD. It's 76.73. We're going to do the 11 to 1, 76.73. We're down here now. If we would have got in earlier, 76.73 on the buy, 76.72 because we want to stay below. So we could have probably gotten a lot better price. You can use, if you get in here a little bit late, use the model we use for our daily working orders too if you wanted to be able to do. Place that with a $78. Normally you can get in a very good price, but again, I'm getting in for a little bit different. And you know, I'll sit and I'll watch this, right? And I'll sit and I'll watch it on the Audi USD, and I'll come down here. If I do place a trade, if my balance will allow me, do it. Let me hit reconnect here. Okay, I might be able to do that, but I'm immediately coming in. You want to have a look at the trades first. I'm coming in a little bit late here. If you get a long period of movement here and you got a little curl over about to happen, we could be in a little bit of trouble here as it starts to come down. You see there was there's a lot of information in the NFP happening. This is on the buy on the Audi, so there's probably some movement happening at that point. 76.83, and we're stuck at this at 76.72. So this is probably not the best one to get into right now with that little curl over happening. So I'm going to delete that working order. So that's the way it looks. Now in future videos, I'm going to show you exactly how to trade this. You're just going to wait for the crossover. I'm just giving you sort of an intro and a little taste of it right now, just so you can have a look. But it's very powerful, as you can kind of see right now by the way the signals have released throughout the night. This is its first day, full day running. We'll find out on Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday of next week how better it is even at this point. And you'll probably see a lot more data and information in here, okay? I'm rambling on now because I'm very excited about these signals, and I'm going to let you go. I'm Max Farrow, and this is Dex, and I want to thank you for your time. And as always, trade well.